Good day. For today's reading from Learning to Pray, my still new collection of poems and aphorisms, I'll be sharing what began as a fairly personal poem triggered by these cluster headaches that I was experiencing, fairly intense, and first time for me to have such a thing. I'd had headaches, but not quite what I learned were called cluster headaches. And it coincided with a fairly stressful period personally, but also the world wasn't doing so great. And so somehow those two came together and they resulted in this poem, which I will be reading to you. It's called What the Migraine Said. As I lie here, half in and out of consciousness, I imagine my migraine as a world migraine, my cluster headache as a cluster of world aches that we must tiptoe around like a sleeping giant. Actually, sleeping tiger is what I have. The sleep of reason produces monsters. This we know from art and the news. Murder and sham leaders shooting themselves in one foot and chewing on the other. But the sleep of reason produces angels too, like love, which is no whimsical thing. A love like bullfighter, and bloody cape, billowing in the wind like an open heart. Beckett said this best, truth in paradox. The mystics, I like their burning illogicality, the flame which consumes all our filthy logic. Where there are demons, there is something precious. Once we know this, the rest is silence. The master is not permitted the same mistakes of a novice. I hope these words might be meaningful to you somehow, and that you are spared headaches, small and large, other than the inevitable ones that we must deal with in the world. And somehow, if we make sense of them, then the suffering is not meaningless. Have a good evening from my end and a good day at yours.